Good afternoon and welcome to a rather blustery Latimer Park, but a nice sunny clear day here for this first of our five, let's say, cup finals. Kettering need to win all of these games to keep the promotion and championship dream alive. It is very, very windy, as I say, up here. Hope the wind isn't playing too much with the microphone, but we're already waiting now. Looks like a decent crowd in here. No rain for the last 2 weeks. Ground is very heavily sanded and very, very hard indeed. Going to make it very, very difficult to play on with the wind as it is at the moment. A glorious afternoon. And after last weekend's extravaganza against Stamford, and then obviously the game here with both goals being scored in the last moments of added time, being the deciding moments of the games indeed. And Kettering find themselves 3 points behind the leaders. But Bedford are playing Harborough today. But they've got to concentrate on their own game. And it is vital that the Poppies get through and win this afternoon. Looking at the team sheets, you can see there's no Ranger in the side. We'll find out about that later. Finley Wilkinson coming on along with Jamar Loza. Subs are Pennant, White, Wilson, McClintock and Edwards. Just looking at Edwards and Ranger, in the last 14 games that both have played, they've only scored 2 goals, 1 each. That's 2 in 28 games, so not on form. But Kettering have scored from 19 different players, which I think is a record this season for this division. So goals coming from everywhere. Still no Callum Powell, who's got his boot on. And I don't think we'll be seeing too much of him as we come into these final 5 games. Hitchin come to us that they'll be searching for points. Not relegated yet, but looks like they will be going down. They'll be fighting for this one. They've only got 1 point in their last 5 away games. And if you go back 12 months to this time 12 months ago-ish, Hitchin came here and thrashed Kettering 4-0. And playing for Hitchin that day was Finley Wilkinson, who scored a goal. Also, Bradley Bell is a substitute for Hitchin. He scored in that game. He was with Kettering in pre-season. And he then went to Barton Rovers and back to Hitchin for the season. And by means, this isn't going to be an easy game at all. Everyone thinks that because they're in the relegation zone only, that it's going to be a piece of cake, a walkover. It's not going to be, is it?
No game in this league is easy, Cookie, and I think we know that. Hitchin fighting for their lives in the bottom half of the table. And again, if results don't go Hitchin's way today, they are down. So it's going to definitely be a big game today on both sides of the table. Not an easy one.
9 points from safety are Hitchin, so they're going to fight for every point. And although we have these games against teams in the lower sides, Kettering's form against teams out the top 8 isn't particularly brilliant. So it's going to be a chance here for Kettering to show the faithful what they can do. And hopefully we can get back among it. And we need to, if we're going to go up. Everything is geared for going up this season. And we need to do that. But waiting for the teams to come out. Referee this afternoon is Michael Patterson. A change from the original, but he's refereeing today. Just 2 more home games to go after this one against Royston on the final day of the season is at Banbury United. We're away at Bishop Stortford next week and Biggleswade on Easter Monday, despite what the official website says as the tent here beginning to take off in the gantry. We are waiting for the teams to come out. We got a little time to go. We are sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. Thank you to Marcus for the complete season and his continued support with Elgood's Brewery. And their sponsorship highly valued by the media team. Mascots from Isa Lodge today. They've been in the studio. They'll be coming out soon and waving their flags. as they do. So can the Poppies and Richard Lavery generate a win this afternoon? Surprising, no Ranger in the side. I thought that he would be starting against the side today, but he's not. And we are getting ready this afternoon. The sun is out, as I say. It's very, very chilly afternoon indeed. And along comes Gary Foreman, who'll be joining me in the commentary position this afternoon. Ed Palmer back with us, ready for next season. Ed, very, very chilly, isn't it indeed?
Yes, a bit blowy. I'm not too sure how the gantry is going to hold up. There's lots of things falling off it currently, but worse things have happened.
Well, we have been in a situation like this before, haven't we? But the tent certainly is moving around a bit. But next season, of course, if we should gain promotion, this is going to be re-evaluated and redone, because TNT will be up here with the camera position as well as ourselves. So it is going to have to be reworked.
Of course, we take precedence, naturally. We take precedence.
Of course we do, yes. I mean, we are the
TNT.
The ultimate in... But how do you see things going today?
Yeah, it's a difficult one. It's one of those games, again, should be, and it shouldn't be anything other than a Kettering Town win. But, there's been a lot of disappointments over the last few weeks, none more so than that late, almost overtime goal at Stamford. So, they're going to have to pick themselves up. There's a few surprising changes, few names not involved in the lineup at all that we maybe expected. We're going to get a chance to see Finlay Wilkinson and Jamal Loza. Loza looked quite bright against Stamford. Didn't manage to get on the score sheet, but did look very bright when he was on the ball. So it'd be interesting to see, given 90 minutes at home on this pitch, which, as you've mentioned, is looking very sandy. It's looking very end of season-y, isn't it? So we'll see what Loza can do on this pitch.
Well, it is. We've had no rain, and this is a clay pitch, isn't it? So it's not going to. The bounce are going to be infrequent. It's going to be an undulating surface, and it's going to be a difficult one with this wind. The wind sort of ruined the game against Telford to a certain extent, but we will see as the mascots are lining up, ready to engage the teams as they come out for this first half. Hitchin Town, the visitors, the Canaries.
I wonder whether it's any warmer where you are, Anthony, listening in Drora in the Scottish Highlands. I wonder whether it's just as blowy as it is here.
Or in Greenland, which...
yes, of course.
Can you trump that?
Is it Greenland or is it America? Who knows? But yes, welcome to you listening, all of you, wherever you're listening from. Where's that? Denny in Scotland as well, Michael Warren. Few Scotland listeners in today, so a few listening in from north of the border, and hopefully we'll give you something to cheer about up there. And we're not far away, as I think the tunnel is just about to be drawn out. It is, and we'll be hearing the tones of the hustle very shortly. And it's not a bumper crowd; it's still busy, but it's not the crowds of the last couple of games.
That's a surprise. I mean, Hitchin won't bring anybody anyway. I mean, they don't travel well, Hitchin. It is. Since the 50s, yeah, but it's a decent crowd, looks like, and Kettering need all the support they can get. Obviously, Richard Lavery is in front of us in his shorts. He's wearing shorts.
Pitch level, it is quite warm. It's when you what are we, 12 foot, 15 foot up? It's where it starts getting a little bit chillier.
Like the north face of the Eiger, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Well, it is, yeah. As I can hear some applause below, and out come the referees and the players. Hitchin in their rather fetching away kit of all deep purple, and the Poppies in their red and black stripes, black shorts and black socks, being led out by Connor Johnson. And we are moments away from seeing whether Kettering, who, to be fair, probably themselves have set a target of 15 points for the next 15 games.
15 games?
15 points for the next 15 available, I should have said. Whether or not they are going to make a good start and a dent into that at home to Hitchin. On paper, the run-in is not dreadful. but football isn't played on paper, it's played on grass and sand and clay, as we've noticed.
Exactly right, and this is the start of 5 very, very important games indeed, and there will be a few moments before the game to read out some news, some sad news, obviously, but we'll come to that in a few moments. As teams are being read out by our stadium announcer, Loza making his home debut. Played a very good first half last week at Stamford. Wasn't used too much in the second half, but certainly a threat. And with no Ranger in the side and Edwards on the bench, it's Kai Fifield who's the next leading goal scorer. Welcome, Gary, to the well. I wouldn't do that too much if I was you. But yeah, welcome to the Eiger. It certainly is a bit Antarctic up here.
You know, it's beautiful downstairs, Paul. The sun is shining. It's quite a decent warm temperature. And you come up onto this gantry, and like you say, it's the Eiger. It's a wind in your face, so it's wind is blowing from an unusual direction.
Well, we're going to take some minutes applause for a few fans that have passed away, and also the tragic fire in Rushden. So we will be off air for a minute or so when the referee blows his whistle for the minute's applause.
Please take solace in the fact you always have a friend with Hitchin Town Football Club. A minute's applause will begin and end on the referee's whistle.
So the applause is going ahead for various ex-poppies who've passed away, and also to the family and friends of the tragic fire in Rushden that has hit everybody so deeply, and everybody is up and clapping. I will stop until it's over. Well, there we go then. Ready for this pitching in Southern League Premier Central game. Kettering Town, the Poppies against the Canaries of Hitchin, who are playing in a deep purple kit. It's going to be Kettering to kick off with Wilkinson, who scored a goal here for Hitchin last season in that 4-0 win, playing against his former side. He's on loan from Barnet, and making his home debut, I said earlier, is Jamal Loza. And the Poppies with Wes York in the middle. Fifield out here on the right-hand side. Referee, as fans move to the tin hat. Not seeing any green and yellow scarves from Hitchin. A very vital game for them. Don't think this is going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to be. And we're getting ready to start this fixture. We are off. It's York. Finds Powell, who's played every game so far this season in every competition, sends the ball long towards Yorker. He heads the ball on, but it's by Claren Jones. Kelly Evans gets the ball towards Wilkinson, but he's beaten to it and cleared by Billy Heaps. He sends it long, headed on Johnson to Yezif. He bowls the ball out to Ben Hart, and he overcooks it. That goes out of play as the ball runs away very quickly on this hard surface. They're going to get used to that. There's no cushion for the Poppies this afternoon with this pitch. Throw-in been taken by Dixon Smith. Hutchinson couldn't get there. Ball hooked away by Hart towards Kelly Evans. foul on Wilkinson by Billy Heaps. There'll be a free kick to the Poppies. That's from the wrong place, taken quickly. That piece about 6 yards there on that one, but it's with Connor Johnson. Johnson moving forward, out wide to Hart. Hart comes inside, gets through to York. York trying to flick it over, can't get there. York again been beaten to it by Santos Martins. It's pumped forward. Johnson decides to flick the ball through to Yes. If he comes out and sends it out wide towards Loza. Loza can't get there, but Kelly Evans can and does well, being found. Nothing in by the referee. Interception by Powell, and that is hooked away in the wind for a Kettering Town throwing on the far side. 0-0 here, early doors, just 2 minutes into the game. And the referee is going to have a word with Kelly Evans. Odd.
Yeah, I think Kelly Evans was just protesting that he was fouled earlier on, and referee just taking umbrage. And in fact, he's now going to call the captain across as well, Connor Johnson. So he's clearly not happy with the way that Kelly Evans was complaining to the referee that he didn't receive a foul in that earlier challenge. But yeah, Hitchin all purple today. We've got a back five really today, which probably extends their length of their ambitions. Poppies is their usual 4-3-3.
Throwing taken by Powell to Loza. He fits it back to Powell, flicks it forward, flicked on to Wilkinson to Loza. Flicks it, trying to get York away, but it's put out of play by Dixon Smith for, by Franklin for a throw in on the far side. Powell halfway in the Hitchin half, gets it the ball to Wilkinson, and that goes out of play, and that'll be a Hitchin thrown on the far side. So we'll try and bring you some of the score lines. There's a couple of important games this afternoon. The major one is at Bedford against Harborough. But again, if Telford or if Hales Owen or Telford win, they also will get to 70 points. Kettering can only get to 69 if they win this afternoon. But long way to go as Thanodge wins the ball. Still Thanodge, but he can't get by Franklin. Out of play off Franklin. Powell takes it, trying to find Loza, but that's headed by Batcher. He finds Stokoe. And Rio Deal is the leading goal scorer for Hitchin on 7 goals at the moment. Technically not out of it. They're 9 points from safety, are Hitchin, from relegation. Lose today, I think they're down. So they'll be fighting. And away comes Daniel Stokoe. Plays it out wide for Deal. Back to Hutchinson. Back to Deal. He finds Franklin. It's sent long. Goodger will let this go out. No, he has to play it. That's going to go out for a throw in the far side, which kept in, but eventually goes out, and that will be a Hitchin throw-in on the far side. Yes, you're rather right about this. It's rather chilly up here in the gods, isn't it? You know, not what I was expecting. Everyone else in shirt sleeves and shorts, wearing winter wear as the ball comes through. There's a chance here for the number 7 Deal. Puts the ball in, cleared by Goodger, and he needed to. That won't be kept in. It's going to be a throw-in on this far side, near side, sorry. It's Dixon Smith in front of the Burger Hut. Sends it long. Smith gets the ball back. That should have gone out. Referee and linesman say it has. That we're thrown to Kettering. 0-0. You're listening to Poppies TV, audio sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, with myself, Paul Cook, and Gary Foreman bringing you this broadcast.
Just a snapshot in that little bit of play there, Paul, in terms of how bouncy the pitch is. To do with a drop of water, it's typical with this pitch. We've bemoaned the fact that 6 months there's too much water about for it. The other 6 months is not enough, but back under play, Hart hoists it forward into the Hitchin half, but it's won temporarily. But Kelly Evans gets his head on it, heads forward, finds Thanodge. Thanodge out to that far side to Aaron Powell. Powell cuts back onto his right foot and flicks it forward to Thanodge. Thanodge, who's upended and no foul given. The referee didn't see it. I saw it, but there we go. Franklin then puts the ball to Hutchinson. Hutchinson back to Franklin, looking to get a cross in on that far side. Checks back onto his left foot, just put the cross in. It's half cleared. Fifield has to do a bit of defending on the edge of his box. As the number 3, Dixon Smith, tries to get the cross in. manages to find Deal, but Wilkinson is back to help. And then Ben Hart puts it out for a Hitchin throw.
Yep, Kettering not stringing too much together at the moment. Wind with Hitchin. It's Dixon Smith with the throw. It hasn't been taken yet. It's halfway in Kettering's half on this near side. He gets the ball through to Stoko. Stoko intercepted by Fifield, but headed back by Smythe. Hit in the air by Goodger. Goes straight up and down again. Headed on by Dixon Smith. Smythe gets the ball, headed on to Deal. Johnson can't win that. Goodger takes a touch. He's in the D of Kettering's half. Switches it to Powell. He sends it long. That's cut out by Heaps. Sends it through to Stoko. Stoko. It's a sand wedge shot there to Hutchinson. Heads the ball down again. Hitchin playing the ball nicely in these difficult conditions. Again, it's Stoko. Plays it out wide. Stoko gets the return and beats the lunge by Wilkinson. Arrives at Santos Martins. Puts the ball in. That's an attempted shot. Goes wide. And that will be a goal kick, 0-0 here early doors at Landsman Park. And it's vital game here in the must win game. And in all seriousness, Kettering do need to win this one. And anything more than a win is going to be a step backwards this afternoon. It's very, very tight at the top indeed. As Yezif sends the ball to the halfway line, Powell underneath it, but can't control it too well. A little flick by Loza. It's already out before Loza gets a foot on it. Loza playing out on the wing. And Wilkinson, the man up front, playing against his former side. It's going to be taken again, the throw-in.
It's actually Wes York. It's a little bit surprisingly, usually the main man in terms of the number 9 position. Wilkinson is in the 10 slot. Sort of supporting Kelly Evans and Thanraj, as you would normally expect of the two midfield generals.
Throwing been taken then by Franklin. Arrives at Hutchinson, but cleared by Goodger. Just sends it out to the wing, but controlled well by Batcher. Batcher again with it on the halfway line, but it goes out of play. Kettering throwing. Powell with the throw. Takes it quickly, but straight to Billy Heaps. Johnson gets the head back, intercepted by Santos Martins. And Powell allows that to go out, and he's fouled in the process, but it will be a throw-in. As Hutchinson not agreeing with the assistant referee on the far side, but it is a free kick. Back to Goodger. Goodger squares it to Johnson. Johnson now with a bit of space going forward. Johnson then sends it in, but it's a poor ball from Johnson and cleared by the Canaries. Back to Goodger in the centre of the park. He sends it out wide to Powell. Powell looks up and arrives at Kelly Evans. He can't get then by Santos Martins, and Hutchins again doing well. Coming away, Hart intercepts, does well. Hart on the halfway line, going forward. Poor ball from him, intercepted. Very scrappy game this. Conditions not helping though, this wind, as Loza on the far side is fouled. That'll be a free kick right on the byline. As our temporary attempts at keeping the gantry alive are almost failing, Gary. I'm blaming you for that.
Yeah.
Loza then on the halfway line, beats one, beats two, then controls the ball. Very, very bumpy, puts it through to Fifield. A little flick from him. Gets the return. Does well, Fifield. Hart intercepts his foul, keeps the ball, gets the ball back to Johnson. Johnson looks up, gets it through to Thanraj. Thanraj to Hart. Hart now going forward. Then he's knocked off the ball by Stoko. A foul. And Hart wanted to take it quickly, but can't. The referee having a word with Stoko. Kick been taken to Hart from Thanraj. Hart back to Thanraj. Thanraj being forced back, turns. That will be a throw in to Kettering. Ball came off Santos Martins right in front of the main stand. Hart with the throw in, 0-0 if you've just joined us. Hart to York. He can't control it and it goes out. Thanodge gets a head in to Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans turns, loses the ball though to Hutchinson. Hutchinson's away. Intercepted by York. Gets the ball back to Goodger. Goodger. Out wide to Powell. Powell takes an instep. Does well. Going forward. Little fumble there. Puts the ball through. Firefield won't get there. Out comes goalkeeper Stacey for his virtual first touch. He misjudges it. Goes out of his area. Then he's very lucky to get away with that. Gets the ball to Hutchinson. On the far side, Franklin goes out of play. Goodger gets the ball in. That will be out of play. No, he's kept it in as Goodger. Headed on to Kelly Evans. Evans to Wilkinson. Wilkinson trying to find Firefield. He can't win that. Away goes Santos Martins on the far side. Kettering fans shouting in the tin hat. Ball out wide, hit too heavy in this wind. Controlling the ball is going to be difficult. We're getting the full force up here. It's not so bad down, but you're looking at the corner flash. You can see how windy it is, having an effect on the game. That is for sure. Not one for the purists. Hart with the throwing for the Poppies. Hasn't taken it yet. Still waiting to take it. Has now. Trying to find Wilkinson. It doesn't arrive at him. It does arrive at Kelly Evans. He puts the ball forward to Loza. Loza switches it out wide to Powell. Powell might try and get one in. Powell on the far side. Can he get the ball over? He's being chased by the number 2. Puts it in there to Loza. Loza turns the penalty. Gets the ball back to Thanodge. Back to Loza. Loza in the penalty area, or just on the edge of it, trying to get the ball in. He's got 2 round him. Feeds the ball back to Powell. Powell now puts the ball in towards that back post. Hit too hard, goes out of play for a goal kick. 0-0.
0-0, but 1-0 to Bedford in the top of the table-ish clash. Stratford are also winning at the moment as well. So
not going well then. The battle of the plastic pitches, and Bedford at the moment coming out on top. Got the momentum going for them at Bedford at the moment. And once you get that momentum going for you, it's very hard to shake off in the driving seat.
But still no news about the merger yet in terms of the FA. And if the FA do apply their guidelines, Bedford cannot get promoted this season.
I'm sure they'll fiddle it so they can. You know what they're like, these governing bodies. That's not going to stay in play with this bounce and pitch. It's pitch that doesn't help Kettering at home really. It's either too wet and quagmirish or too hard, heavy and sandy due to the clay surface.
Yep, said exactly the same. We bemoan the too much water for 6 months, and the other 6 months we're saying there's not enough water.
It's the Achilles heel that Kettering have, as Hart gets his head to it towards Thanodge. Out of play, and that comes off Thanodge for a throw-in on the halfway line. All 0-0. We're into the 15th minute. It's going quite quickly here at Latimer Park. Throw-in been taken. It's headed on to Deal. Gets the ball to Dixon Smith. Smith. It's sent long as a chase for Deal. Hart will try and fend this off. It goes out for a goal kick. So it will be a goal kick taken by Yazif. Finds Johnson. Johnson sends it long towards York. It won't reach York. Cleared by Smythe. Good chest movement there by Stokoe. Robbed by Thanodge. Thanodge out wide to Firefield. Firefield inside. York wasn't aware of it, and it's won by Firefield. Then he loses the ball, but Wilkinson wins it back. Gets it back to Goodger. Goodger on the far side. Centre of the park. Sends it to Thanodge. Back to Johnson. Johnson. Still Johnson coming forward into Wilkinson. Wilkinson sends the ball through to Firefield. Not offside. Firefield can't get there, nor can York. Johnson can on the halfway line. It's back with Johnson. Sends it to Goodger. Goodger just outside the centre circle. Plays it out wide to Powell on the left-hand side into Thanodge. Thanodge turns, flicks it through, but doesn't find a Kettering player. It finds a Canary, and that Canary is Smythe, but Loza wins it back, does well. Out wide this time to Powell. Powell sends it away towards Loza, headed out by Batcher, and that will be a throw-in to the Poppies. Powell with it. Taken to Kelly Evans. Into Wilkinson. Wilkinson loses the ball, but Powell wins it back. Still Powell scored that goal at Stamford. Chance here for Wilkinson, gets the ball through, but it's cleared by Deal. And there's a good movement here. Good work from Hitchin going forward with Deal again. He's got Hart in front of him. He comes inside. He's got the overlap in number 3 if he needs him, but Hart has the better of Deal. And he's then fouled by Deal, and that will be a free kick. A bit like a chess game, this, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no particular rhythm at the moment. The conditions have got a lot to do with that. It's a stiff breeze. It's a bumpy, hard pitch. Not conducive to getting the ball down and playing quality football. And at the moment, it's definitely a leveller. You wouldn't know which team was hoping to stay up and which team was hoping to go up.
The ball has been pushed out wide to Fifield, but that's hit too hard with this wind. It goes straight out for a throw-in. There's going to be a mistake, I think, for anybody to do anything with this these conditions. It's nice and sunny, granted, but it's quite warm down on the surface. But the wind having a calamitous effect on the game, as it did against Telford and Stamford. Wind affected. Throw-in been taken. Hart gets it to Thanodge, but it's headed back towards Johnson. He gets it to Fifield over his head, but cleared by Martins. But not a very good clearance. It spirals back to Hart, to Fifield, but he can't win it. And away comes Kelly Evans now. Kelly Evans thought about a shot, I think, there to Powell. Powell out to Loza. Loza on the edge of the penalty area on the far side. Does a pirouette, turns. He's got 2 in front of him. There's a little shuffle. It's good work from him. Puts the ball over. Here's a chance here. Good cross, but well caught by Stacey. First decent move of the game. And Stacey, well aware of it, caught it in the 6-yard box, catches it well, and it remains 0-0.
Yeah, tall keeper Stacey. He must be about 6'2", I think. Possibly even more than that. And used his height well there. Decent play by Loza, cutting from his right foot to his left foot. Cross coming in, but safely gathered by the keeper, who clears right to left over the halfway line. Gudger with the header, helped on by Loza, trying to find Wes York. And Syme, that was an important interception from the middle centre half. Ball's back in play from the throw-in. Powell looking for York, back to Powell. Being jostled by the right back, Franklin. And then Hitchin clear long, and that will be sailing all the way through into Dan Jessep's hands. Quickly bowls the ball out to this near side. Hart hoists it forward. Hitchin under pressure, but cleared again. And that's a better clearance because Johnson's under pressure here to get the ball back, and he does tow it back to Dan Jessep. In fact, it came off the Hitchin player, and the danger is averted. Back underway straight away with Aaron Powell, but back to Dan Jessep. His customary all-blue outfit. That's Connor Johnson just moving out of the penalty box, now striding forward. Goes long, looking for York, headed away. And then Heaps with the second header for Hitchin. And they do well to keep the ball back in play. And he finds Connor Johnson. Johnson inside to Kelly Evans. Back to Connor Johnson on his right foot. Looking for options. Might have to go back. And he does go back to Dan Jessep.
Yeah, Kettering moving the ball around as much as they can. It's with Gudger on the far side. He sends it long to chase for Wes York. It won't arrive at Wes York. It might, though, but the number 4, Smythe, doing well under pressure, gets the ball away. Loza tries to keep it in. He does, and does well on that wing there. He's done exceptionally well, and then is almost fouled. The ball stays in. Loza on that far side. Got 3 round him. Still Loza with it. Loza with a chance here. Puts the ball through. Cleared, and good work from the newcomer. That goes out for a Poppy's thrown on the far side. Exceptional work there, Gary, from Loza.
Yeah, he's been the bright spark so far. A couple of runs now, dangerous runs. Ball's back in play. Kelly Evans up to Andy Thanodge. Thanodge moving into the edge of the penalty box. Comes to Wes York. A bit of head tennis, but Hitchin managed to clear it, but only as far as Ben Hart. Hart looking for options in the Hitchin half, but gives the ball away. And there's now a run into the Poppies. Dixon Smith looking for the centre forward, but fortunately for the Poppies, Gudger was there. Quick break though for the opposition.
It was, and Kettering will be careful here. Hitchin were 2-0 down last week and drew 2-2, even though they're in this relegation position. They don't look like relegation material at the moment. But games against Kettering, of course, everybody wants to beat Kettering Town. That's the stigma that we have to face. And of course, they're fighting for their lives, which ball has been put forward towards Deal, but Johnson gets a foot in. Fifield trying to do the business, but Wilkinson gets the ball to Fifield. Fifield to Thanodge. Thanodge through to Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans is away here, puts the ball through towards Loza. Loza, can he control it? He comes inside. Loza puts one in. Oh, great save from the keeper. Lovely shot from Loza. Thought he'd scored. Down goes Stacey. Palms the ball away at full length in the 6-yard box. Corner. Loza again, though, the most important threat.
Yeah, best bit of action of the half. That was Paul. And again, Loza the danger man for the Poppies. Cutting in on his right foot. Got a good shot away to the corner. But Stacey, good save. Palming it away. Corner for the Poppies. Andy Thanodge is down on this near side to take it right-footed. Poppy centre halves, and the big men are in the box waiting for it. Good delivery into towards penalty box over Gudger's head, unfortunately, and hoisted away by Franklin on that far side. And the ball is still in play somewhere or other with Heaps, but Kelly Evans gets a toe in, but that will go all the way back to Stacey in goal.
What a dreadful corner that was, really. And the Hitchin player is down at the moment, but after that great save by the keeper and good work from Loza, put in a corner like that, went over everybody, and Hitchin got the ball away. It is an injury. It looks like a shoulder injury from this angle. So this is the first of 5 cup finals. We're away at Bishop Stortford next Saturday. Then we have the delights of Royston and Biggleswade for the Easter period. And the final game of the season, in theory, is against Banbury United here. And
got some more bad news. Telford have scored.
So things not going right at the top of the table for the Poppies at the moment. Telford 1-0 up.
Yeah, Bedford still 1-0 up.
Bedford 1 up, plenty of time to go.
Stratford 1 up as well.
Can't rely on other teams. You've got to rely on your own performances, and that's what's let Kettering down in the last few weeks. Although they're only beaten once in March. 7 games, they only lost once, but find themselves in 4th place in the league and struggling to take an automatic promotion as Thanodge gets the ball back to Hart. Hart sends it towards Wilkinson, a flick on by him and a wild kick. And lucky there for Fifield. He couldn't control it. He was trying to, and it hit his leg and went out for a throw-in as the number 3 there, Dixon Smith, had lost all awareness of where he was. But the Canaries get a throw-in. And it has been taken. Foul on Hart, nothing given. Johnson gets the ball in towards Thanodge. Thanodge and then he puts the ball out of play. Controlling the ball on this surface and conditions isn't easy for either side, as being proven. They need to deal with it. Throw in been taken. Johnson gets the ball towards Loza, but he can't get there. Deal can Kelly Evans trying to find Loza, but it's going to be cleared by Santos Martin. He sends it long. Johnson underneath it, heads the ball down. It's a poor one. Gudger has to get the ball to Yezif. He does enough. Fifield trying to find Wilkinson, but it's back with Dixon Smith. Dixon Smith puts the ball in. Here's a chance. Little flick on, cleared by Gudger. Goes through to Heaps. Good work here. Head tennis by the Canaries. Heaps in the penalty area. Foot in by Johnson, and then he clears it. He's kept in by the wind as Fifield tries to keep it in. It's gone out of play for a throw-in, and it remains 0-0. We're into the 27th minute of a very uninspiring game. Just one chance so far. Good save by the Stacey, the Hitchin keeper from Loza. And neither side being able to deal with these conditions at the moment that are ruining the game. But it's a corner to Hitchin as Stokoe plays the ball onto Hart, and that goes out for a corner.
Yep, 3 centre halves as you'd expect for going up for Hitchin, adding a bit of height. Poppers will need to be on the guard. The referee just wants a word with Aaron Powell and one of the Hitchin players who are having a little bit of argy-bargy in the 6-yard box, as is customary almost. De rigueur now, isn't it?
Well, it wasn't last
before
week at Stamford when all and sundry were trying to knock Jessif off the ball.
Well, yes, exactly.
Their goalkeeper bounding into him and referee giving nothing. He must have been betting the referee, I think. But there we go. Ball comes in, cleared by Hart. It's a good ball, actually gets it to Fifield, and he can't control it once again. And at the time, but it comes off him for a throw-in. Dixon Smith. Isn't Dixon Smith something to do with Star Trek? Was that Dixon Hill? Was it Dixon Hill? Throw-in by Dixon Smith. Fifield gets the ball, but gives it straight away to Jones. He finds Santos Martins, good ball to him onto the switching the far side, gets the ball to Stokoe. Stokoe got Gudger in front of him. Lovely little flick there, but Franklin can't control it. It comes off Thanodge. 2 Hitchin players around it. Kelly Evans gets a head in towards Wilkinson. Wilkinson now sends the ball away towards Loza. He'll do well to keep that under control in these conditions and is under pressure straight away. And because of that, Smythe gets the better of him and sends it out to long. Gudger heads the ball back to Yezif. They had to react quickly as Hutchinson was bearing down on him. He bowls the ball out to to Johnson. Johnson to York in the centre. Plays it back to Johnson. Johnson takes a touch. Just in front of the halfway line to Kelly Evans. Back to Johnson. Johnson sends it long towards Loza, who's now in the centre. It comes off the back. There's Fifield. And York puts it in, tries a shot, and that just skies over the bar. Good attempt there from York. Pivoted, turned, and skied the ball just over the bar.
Yeah, great snapshot that was Wes York. And it was only fractionally over the bar, I have to say. Stacey would have been good into that one, but it's the second closest attempt of the half for the Poppies. It stays at 0-0 at the moment.
Foul on Hart there, and much to the displeasure of Dixon Smith, who gave Hart a mouthful, but he's still down. And the free kick to the Poppies inside their own half. Johnson are going to take this. Johnson thought about a ball is moving due to the wind, so has to reset it. Johnson sends it long towards Wilkinson. It's a back header. Fifield trying to get there, being fouled and given the other way. And unbelievable that Fifield is given a foul there on Dixon Smith. It was Smith all the way that was pulling at Fifield, but not according to this referee.
Indeed.
31 minutes gone here of this game in Premier Central 0-0. Just 2 chances for Kettering. Good save from the keeper, 1 over the bar from York. Nothing from Hitchin at the moment. But little flick on there. Hart has to react. He sends it up into the sky. Well won by Heaps. Only towards Thanodge. Thanodge back to Johnson. Johnson takes a touch. Pumps it forward towards York, who's punched in the back. Nothing by the referee. A flick on by Kelly Evans to Thanodge, who reacts quickly. Pushes it out wide to Powell. Powell on the halfway line. Sends it out wide to Loza. Loza. And it goes out of play by Loza, who then falls down in the process. And a quick word with Loza. Prior to the game, he came up for his photo shot for the website. Did mention to me he scored against us last season for Leiston. I said, no pressure, just get a couple today and we'll forgive you.
It'd be nice to see you get a goal certainly this afternoon. He's been the danger man so far for the Poppies, but no joy as we're underway again. Wilkinson now having a burst into the box, but he's overrun it. And Stacey will gather gladly.
Wilkinson overhit that really to maintain his momentum. It goes straight into the arms of the keeper, who comes out rather swiftly. And still 0-0. Decent crowd in here. Not sure what it is yet. Might be around 1,000, I would think. I'll go for 992 as Gudger heads the ball towards Franklin on the far side. Franklin puts the ball in. Johnson gets the ball away, but goes straight to the number 7 of Hitchin, that is Deal. He finds Jones, back to Deal. Good work from them in these conditions. Threads the ball through nicely. Away goes Stoko. Stoko inside, slips. Still regains the ball though. Gets the ball to Dixon Smith. Puts it in to Johnson though. Hart clears the ball. It's just a punt anywhere. Out comes the keeper. He's about 10 yards out, the goalkeeper. He hooked the ball up into the night sky. Loza can't control it, but Deal can. Gets it out on the far side to Batcher. Sends it towards Deal. Deal trying to get the ball over. He's down on the byline on the corner flag. Gets the ball back to Batcher. He sends it in to Heaps. Heaps takes a touch to Batcher. And he's knocked off the ball. And that is a foul by Powell on Batcher, right on the byline, halfway in Kettering's half on the far side.
Silly foul, that. Going nowhere, and it's just going to invite a big launch into the penalty box now for the Poppies to defend against the Hitchin defenders and centre forwards, who are obviously fancying the chances. It'll be with the wind from that far side as well, so...
well, it is coming across, isn't it? The wind. It's right in our faces. So it is a free kick. Up goes the arm. Ball comes over towards the number 6. He gets a head on it, and that comes off Jones for a corner. I'm having a word with Lads last week about the wind, and he was saying it's not ideal when the wind is with you. You overhit things, and that's certainly what happened last week at Stamford. And Kettering will have that problem in the second half as Thanodge comes away with the ball, flicks it out to Powell on the far side, back to Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans back to Powell. Powell got Loza in front of him. He wants to use him. He doesn't. He does now. Loza takes a touch under pressure from Batcher, but still with the ball. Loza back to Thanodge. He then loses the ball, but Kelly Evans wins it back to Loza. Takes a lovely little pirouette, gets it out to Kelly Evans. Very tight over there with the wind, and Thanodge gets it to Wilkinson. Wilkinson turns, gets the ball to Johnson in his own half. Johnson squares it to Gudger. Gudger halfway in Kettering's half on the far side. Plays it out wide to Powell. Powell into Wes York. York back to Gudger. Gudger back to York on the halfway line. Has to play it back to Gudger. This time he looks up, tries to switch it towards Wilkinson and Fifield. Intercepted, and out comes DL for Hitchin. Plays it out wide to Batcher. And he's coming forward, comes inside. Powell gets the ball to Stoko. Well won by Johnson. Johnson, nothing in front of him. He's having to go forward himself. Still Johnson on the halfway line. Nothing in front of him. He had to play the ball back and gets it out wide to Hart. Hart on this bone-hard surface. He looks awful to play on, to be fair. But there is Thanodge. Thanodge coming forward, trying to get the ball to Wilkinson. He moves out the way, and away comes Smythe. He finds Deal on the far side. Lovely ball to Franklin. Franklin on that far side might put the ball over. He does. Gudger gets a foot in towards Loza. Loza controls it, does well. Nothing up front yet. York and Wilkinson now moving forward along with Fifield. Loza can't get the ball by and is deemed to have fouled the number 6, which is very, very harsh indeed, but it was given.
Another silly one though. Heaps was running towards his own goal. Loza just needed to shepherd, but he had a nibble, and that was enough for Hitch to go down in a heap. And the referee to blow his whistle into the 37th minute here. Kettering Town 0, Hitchin 0. Listening to Poppy's TV radio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery.
Stacey then takes the free kick. Johnson and then lets it go, and it arrives at Yezif. Yezif not had anything to do in this first half, thankfully, as he bowls the ball out to Johnson. Johnson out wide to Hart, takes a heavy touch, trying to find York. He heads the ball on towards Fifield, but that will go out of play. Dixon Smith allowed to go out, throw into the visitors. A little solitary walk from Jones, taking his time to take this throw in. As it stands, Kettering 5 points off the top. The draw not what the doctor ordered indeed, as Johnson gets the ball in. A foul there on York. Referee thought about letting play go on, but brought it back quite wisely. Thanodge over the ball. Can Kettering create something? We're into the 39th minute. Not a lot to shout about so far. Some of the fans begin to walk towards the social club for half-time coffee and biscuits. As Thanodge then with this free kick. In swinging corner, headed on. There's a chance here, and out comes the keeper. Johnson couldn't control it as it arrives at Stacey in the 6-yard box. Not much of a threat. He bowls the ball out on the far side. Matcher gets it long towards Stoko, but there is Gudger, only back to Stoko. He looks up, sends it for Deal to chase, and Johnson allows that to arrive at Yezif. Yezif bowls it on the far side, this time to Hart. Hart sends it long for York. He won't win that. It comes off his head, though, and goes straight to a Hitchin play. A little flick on there, and out comes Yezif. Just taps the ball to Johnson, who moves forward. He plays it out wide to Loza, and that goes over everybody, goes out into the seats that remain over there. And will be a throw-in 0-0. We're into the 40th minute of very uninspiring first half. A couple of chances for Kettering. A good save, the only one of the game by Stacey. Gudger tries to keep this in, he does. Sends it towards York, he chests it down. York does well on the return, but gets the ball out, but can't find Loza. Hitchin get the ball away. Powell can't win that. Hutchinson can. It's been pumped forward towards Santos Martins. He can't win that, but Hutchinson can. Sends it through. A foot in by Johnson. York being manhandled all the way. Does well, then he's fouled. Nothing given by the referee. York can't believe it. And away goes Dixon Smith, finding Stoko. Stoko turns, squares it to Batcher on that far side. He plays it inside to Deal, but Hart clears. Again, it goes straight to the number 6. Jones of Hitchin flicked on there. Chance offside. And ball not running for Kettering, only 50-50. Hitchin seemed to win it. And It remains a 0-0 so far. I'm thankful I'm not having to write 100 words for any newspaper in this first half, as it's been another uninspiring performance. Loads have been the highlights so far. The chest on, though, by Thanodge. Thanodge now coming forward. Thanodge, he's got Fifield out wide. He wants to use him. He's got York in there. He almost slipped. Gets the ball out to Hart. Hart, can he put the ball in? He can. A chance here, no. Cleared easily by Hitchin. Johnson gets a foot in, but goes to York. Gets the ball out wide to Powell. Powell does well. Gets it to Loza. Loza is playing in the wing position. Gets the ball through to Powell. Powell does a little turn, cuts the ball in, but he can't find a Kettering player, and Hitchin clear it. Thanodge waiting for the wind to bounce. Gets it to Loza. Loza out wide. Finds it to Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans back to Powell, who's remained up. Powell puts the ball in. Fifield tries an overhead towards York. Goes away for a corner. York being manhandled all the way there. Had the arms around the neck, but was going to rip his bra off the way it was going. But a corner, Gary.
Corner, chance for the Poppies to put leg pressure on that Hitchin goal. We've probably had about 70% of the possession in this first half, but the quality of possession's not been great. But here we go, Andy Thanodge, arm in the air, puts the ball into the penalty box. It goes towards Connor Johnson, but he's accused of grabbing a shirt, which is ironic because Hitchin players have been grabbing Kettering shirts all half long, particularly Wes York's. Probably got a few rips in it, actually, Wes York shirt, but referee doesn't seem to see those particular pulls on shirts. But Connor Johnson gives a little grab, and that's a foul.
It is a free kick, and it'll be Stacey to take this, and we are into the 43rd minute of this first half, 0-0, as Johnson allows that to arrive at Yezif. He gets the ball out straight away. York's the only one up front there, and it returns. Goalkeeper has to come out. He heads the ball. It's Fifield and Wilkinson underneath it. Wilkinson doing well, gets the ball towards Fifield. Fifield is beaten to it, cleared by Hitchin for a throw in. Desperate measures there on the wing, but not being helped by this wind. And Hart with the throw in gets it to Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans to Hart. Hart finds Fifield. There's a little turn there, Fifield. And again, gets it out wide to Hart. Hart then can't control it. It comes off the number 3, Dixon Smith, for a Kettering throw-in, rather fortuitously. Hart with the throw-in. 44 minutes gone. Here won't be any time added on, I wouldn't have thought, as Johnson puts a looper up there. Keeper looks at it, catches it well, and it hung in the wind. Keeper did well at his back post. And we're almost at 1 minute to go of the first 45. I've just seen some Canary fans down there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a flag, all in purple. Fair play to them. As Gudger gets the ball towards Kelly Evans, but it comes off the back of Martins. He finds Deal, but Hart gets the ball in to Wilkinson. Wilkinson turns and he's fouled off the ball. That should be a yellow card, and is. Heaps fouling Wilkinson. He goes into the book and doesn't require treatment, but Heaps, first player to register in the referee's notes for the half. And it was a late tackle, Gary, and deservedly so, that yellow card.
Yeah. First clear and obvious yellow card decision. Referee got that one right. So this will probably be the last chance to put the pressure on the Hitchin goal. Johnson launches it forward to the edge of the penalty box. Syme with the back header. And that works out well because it's straight into Stacey's hands.
1 minute of added time, which we're already into.
Yeah, there won't be much. The trainer does. Where we had wood stoppage, didn't we, briefly, for a Hitchin player. I haven't seen the board up, but I can imagine that there'll only be another 20 seconds or so to go.
Gudger then gets his head to it, but the wind having an amazing effect on the ball as Gudger tries to get the ball again. It's flicked on towards Firefield, but won by Dixon Smith. Dixon Smith again providing the ball to Santos Martins out wide to Franklin. Franklin sends it towards Kelly Evans though, but he lost the ball to Stoko. Stoko, ball comes in. There's a chance here for the visitors, but there goes the whistle for half time, and the game disappointingly ends 0-0 in a game that's had very few chances indeed. Kettering had the better of the two chances they had, but it ends 0-0. We'll see you in 15 minutes for another wind-assisted half, I would think.
Yeah, let's hope so. The wind dies down, but I doubt it will. But I say, plenty of possession for the Poppies. Only one chance of note created really by Loza. Well saved by Stacey. But the Poppies need to step up another gear. They need to get a goal at least this afternoon to get that 3 points. So half time, as Paul says, 0-0. We'll see you in a bit.
Welcome back to Latimer Park, and who just joined us, Kettering Town 0, Hitchin Town 0, and very little to speak about in that first half. Just two chances Kettering had, one decent save from Stacey, from Yamaya Loza, palmed it around for a corner, and a shot by Wes York over the bar, but other than that, Gary, very, very little indeed to talk about other than how cold it is up here in the gantry.
Yeah, how cold it is, how bumpy the pitch is, how dry, difficult conditions are. But as I say, if the Poppies have got any designs whatsoever in winning this league, they have to win this afternoon, in my opinion. And in order to do that, they need to create some more chances, step up another gear.
Just one thing, if you're looking at our team graphic on the site, just that there is a wrong on there. Terrell Pennant isn't actually a substitute. It is Kyle Storer. Pennant isn't in the squad. So it should be Kyle Storer wearing number 15 and not Terrell Pennant. But as it is, both teams out on the this hard surface, not conducive for good football, that is for sure. And once again, the Achilles heel known as Latimer Park pitch is coming in to certainly affect proceedings. But it's something that if you're going to be champions of any division, you've got to get used to the conditions, and obviously the pitch conditions that we've known for years. It will be Hitchin to get us underway. Daniel Stoko over the ball. Ball is moving around in the wind, which is gale force up where we are. It's not so bad down on the surface, but anything over 10 foot and it's in a different dimension as we are off, and they got the ball away to Gudger, who heads it back. That's going to go out of play. It's allowed to by Batcher. Throw into Hitchin. Listen to Poppies TV audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, with myself, Paul Cook, and Gary Foreman bringing you this commentary. So throw in on the right-hand side to the visitors. Franklin gone over to take it. It's through to the number 10's doing well there is Stoko. That's gone for a goal kick. 45 minutes then, or just less than that now, for Kettering to do something and get in among the top echelons of this side, this season. 5 points behind at the moment. Telford winning and Bedford winning as Wilkinson threads the ball through. It's optimistic ball towards Loza, but he will get there. I think he has. No, he can't control it. Any movement of any sort with this ball, it whips away with this wind on this hard surface. And attendance just come in, 1,127, which is around 170 more than I thought, but not a bad attendance indeed.
Feels about right for me. Busy on the table again, certainly. Big Klondike prize. Gudger wins the header, out for a Hitchin throw. More or less in front of a commentary position. Hitchin will be well pleased with their first half efforts, I'm sure, but I suppose they're targeting wins as well, really. They're other than a draw, Paul.
Well, they are 9 points from safety, aren't they? And a real mess between Yezif and Hart there. Yezif came out to clear the ball, cannons it into Hart's back, and that goes away for a corner that should never have happened. That's poor communication between them both. And looking over there now, the teams of the fans have swapped sides. There's around 10 Hitchin fans that have made the journey.
Let's hope nothing comes of this particular corner, given the way that it was earned or not earned.
Well, yeah, you like to think that after last week where anything can happen, you never know, do you? As Hutchinson puts the ball up there, goes over here and out by York to Kelly Evans, who dispatches it only towards Heaps. And that's going to go out of play, and it's going to have to be close control football to do anything in this game with these conditions. A hard, very, very uninspiring pitch to deal with in very windy conditions. Lumping the ball forward isn't going to do too much, as Powell heads the ball out unconvincingly for a corner, which he didn't need to do. So far, the first throws of this second half, Kettering not showing anything at all. And Stoko with the corner. Wind against him. Sends the low trajectory. Goes over everybody's chance here. Gets one in. Shot there. Handball almost looked like, and that was cleared. It looked like that could have been a goal. It was ricocheting around like a bit like a pinball, and I thought that was in.
Yeah, it was pinball in the penalty box there for the Poppies. It was Hart that poked the ball, and it hit Syme. And fortunately, it went wide of the post as far as the Poppies are concerned. But yeah, nervy, uncertain moments in this early stages of the second half. Most of the action has been down to the Kettering goal, as Gudger now clears forward, finds York. York chests it down, looking for Powell. Powell with the ball forward, but intercepted well by Franklin, who plays it forward looking for Hutchinson, but Kelly Evans does well and then gets fouled near the halfway line. And that will be a free kick to the Poppies.
It looks like that the Poppies are going to make a substitution over there. Looks like Tyree Wilson may be coming on. That's usually Fifield and Tyree Wilson swap. We will see, as the ball is with Johnson just over the halfway line on the far side, plays the ball to Hart. Hart, as the wind drops slightly towards Johnson again. Johnson sends it long towards Fifield. He heads the ball on. Poor header, though. And he can't do much about that. Runs out for a goal kick, and Wilson going to do a jog on the far side. Not imminent, along with Edwards. No Ranger in the side this afternoon.
No, or Storer.
Storer is in the side.
He's not playing.
He's not playing at the moment, but he's down on the squad.
No. Sorry, Miller is the other one that's not in the squad.
Yeah. The ball sent long as a chase here. Gudger needs to win this one quickly. He hasn't, as DL robs him. He has to run wide. It's been pushed wide to Franklin. Franklin in towards the number 8, puts it in there. A chance here for the visitors. Can they get the ball through? 1-0. Well. Santos Martin scores for Hitchin. Is that Kettering season almost over? Diabolical. And they concede a goal. 1-0, Gary.
Yeah, first real chance for the visitors. And unfortunately, there's no cracking save like there was from Stacey in the first half. And Santos Martins buries the ball past Dan Jezef. And Kettering had a tough task on their hands at half-time. It's now just got even worse.
Indeed. And, well, I can't believe it, really. First chance that they've had, and they've taken it with aplomb. Poor defending by Kettering. And if ever Kettering Town need to pull their socks up and get into a game of football, this is it. Because anything more than a win this afternoon means that Kettering Town will be in the playoffs. They can forget winning this division. The ball is out wide. Fifield can't win that one. It's cleared, and away that comes through to Stoko. Remember, last season, Hitchin won here 4-0. And not really going to win 4-0. Well, we never know, do we, the way it's going. But they've shocked again as Powell, not sure what to do as it plays it back to Gudger. Gudger out wide to Johnson. Negative stuff here from Kettering. It's back with Powell. Powell back to Gudger. He just lumps the ball forward towards Wilkinson. He can't win it. He does win it. He gets the ball to Thanodge. He plays it out wide. It's a ball though intercepted by Dixon Smith. Dixon Smith gets a 1-2 with Deal. Puts the ball through. Cleared by Kelly Evans. Kettering under pressure. Jones pumps the ball back in. Johnson heads the ball. It's going to go out for a throw on the far side. Foul by Johnson. Ignored by the referee. Hitchin get the ball back, a bit of a melee going on over there. Can't see what's going on. It's a Kettering Town throw in. I can see what's going on. But if you just joined us, Kettering Town 0, Hitchin 1. And about to make the substitution. On comes Wilson.
Yeah, it's going to be Fifield.
And as we forecast, it's Fifield going off. It's the normal substitution with those pair. And Fifield's day is complete as Wilson comes on. Shake between them. First substitution for the Poppies.
Well, we're looking for characters now for the Poppies. Looking for players to stand up in this second half. At the moment, you wonder where the leaders are. Has to be said. Throw into Hitchin on the far side. Thrown down the line towards Stokoe. Stokoe is fouled. And that's going to be a free kick to Hitchin on the far side, level with the penalty box. So opportunity for Hitchin to double their lead, really. It's going to be a free kick, right-footed. Referee blows his whistle. Free kick comes in. It's forward, but actually it ends up with Deal and.
Well, another shambles there, Gary, from that free kick, wasn't it?
It away, but it was a poor free kick, which somehow managed to come through to Deal. It shouldn't have done. And then Powell has to concede the corner. So still under pressure.
Well, it was a shambles. I mean, it was a poor free kick, as you said, but they almost scored from it. It was a missed kick by the number 7 Deal. And a combination of Hart once again making another monumental faux pas. And it goes out for a corner. Kettering could have been 2-0 down. That would have been game, set and match, I'm sure, in these conditions, as the corner's been taken a short one. Well worked by Hitchin. It comes in again towards the number 8. Can he get the ball over? He can't. Cleared by the Poppies. Only York up front for Richard Lowe. It's a poor header from him. It goes back to Deal. And Hitchin look like the side that are going for a top 8-6 position. And Kettering look far from at the moment, the side that are trying to get promotion, as Wilson then is fouled off the ball. His first touch there goes down on the halfway line. Will be a free kick.
Yeah, Stokoe's in the book for that one.
Is that Stokoe?
Yeah.
Second booking for the visitors. Stokoe goes in. Free kick. Thanodge over the ball. Big 25 minutes for the Poppies here to get back into this game to try and win the game. And they've shown nothing so far in the second half. It's been taken quickly towards Powell. Powell plays it out wide to Loza. Loza in towards Powell. Good movement from him. Powell puts the ball in. Cleared easily, though, by Hitchin and cleared away. No problem at all for the Hertfordshire side. Kelly Evans in the centre to Wilkinson. Lovely turn from him. And he's going to lose the ball. No, he's got the ball. He's done well to Wilson. Wilson, still Wilson, out wide to Wilkinson. Wilkinson's got Hart if he wants to use him. He doesn't. Hart now goes over. Wilkinson puts the ball in here, straight to the goalkeeper. Poor from him, and 1-0.
Need a bit more quality there. Opportunity to cross for Wilkinson. But he's a big goalkeeper, as I mentioned in the first half, and you can't dolly one up like that. He'll gobble those up every day. as Johnny Edwards is getting stripped off on the far side. A long kick. He finds Hutchinson, but fortunately it bounces through to Dan Joseph. Bowls it out to Kelly Evans. Evans to Powell on this near touchline. Back to Kelly Evans. Clears, but intercepted by Hitchin. But that's a foul by Stokoe on Kelly Evans. It will be a free kick to the Puppies on the edge of their penalty box. Interesting to see who Edwards is going to come on for.
Well, that would be the prophet of doom here, Gary, but Hitchin haven't won a game away from home since November the 2nd.
You are the prophet of doom.
The ball is headed on and out. Throw in to the Puppies. Edwards getting stripped off to come on. Probably will be replacing Wilkinson, has been really ineffective once again. Loza gets the ball back to Powell from the throw in. And then Thanodge plays the ball on to the number 6 for another Kettering throw in. Powell to Wilkinson. Foul on Powell. A lot of shouting from the Hitchin players. Edwards on the far side is dressed and ready.
In fact, it's going to be a double substitution, I think, for the Puppies.
Looks like Lewis White. The ball has been kicked away, and it is Heaps, and he should be booked for kicking the ball away. He's already on a yellow, and to confound matters, the goalkeeper is down, is Yezif.
Lucky boy, Heaps, but it's going to be Lewis White who's
so
the other player.
Let's be honest here, Gary. White, Heaps should be sent off for kicking the ball away, second booking. Yezif is down. We've got no goalkeeper in reserve here if he should come off. And we're waiting now.
Oh, what a surprise. Heaps is coming off.
And Heaps is coming off just in time to being sent off, but being replaced by Kyle Turl. So the referee there making his first real mistake of the game, but Yezif is down, doesn't look good. Kettering have signed a goalkeeper called Charlie Woods on the dual registration. He's the goalkeeper at Coventry Sphinx. That's no good today, though, because he's not available. But Yezif down. Everyone taking a drink break. Yezif is now up. And Hart is off.
That's
for
an
White.
interesting one. Where's York will go back to right back. And Edwards is on at the centre forward position. Lewis White is coming on, and it's going to be Aaron Powell, I think. Is that number 3 on the board? Yep, Powell for White. So we're obviously going for a back 3.
Who's Edwards going for that? Edwards.
Hart. Edwards on for Hart. Back underway with Gudger onto his looking on his left foot into the Hitchin half. Cleared into the penalty box. Loser underneath it, but it breaks to Syme, who skies it away, slices it away out for a throw in on this near side for the Puppies. So Puppies down to a back 3 now, with Wilson and York as wing backs.
Wilson then gets the ball back to Gudger, then gets a return to Wilson. Finds Thanodge to Gudger. Gudger to Wilson. Very tight here on this line, but ball cleared by Hitchin. White getting his first touch, turns, gets it to Johnson. Johnson to Gudger. Gudger into Thanodge, sends it long. Nobody there though. Wilson won't get there. It's hooked away. Headed on towards Gudger. Gudger goes down, loses the ball, but intercepted by Thanodge. Tries to get Kelly Evans away. Wilkinson gets the ball in. It's a poor ball from him, though. Only towards Thanos on the halfway line, centre spot. Gets it out wide to York. York back to Thanos. Thanos coming forward. Sends it out wide to Wilson. Wilson going outside. Can he beat him? No, he can't. He got no help. Puts the ball in, though. Good cross. There's Loza. Can't get a shot in. Thanos thought about a shot. Can't control it. It's headed away by Deal. And there goes the number 9. But he's away. Is Hutchinson. Then he's fouled. But no, nothing given by the referee. That's surprising. That looked like a yellow card to me. But Kettering get away with it. Ball on the far side to White. Lewis White powering down the byline there. Puts the ball through but gives it straight to Toby Smythe. Wilkinson gets the ball through. He tries to feed Loza, but it's a heavy ball. Out comes Stacey. He bowls the ball out as the wind picks up once again. Heads the ball through to Thanos. Thanos back to Johnson. Johnson out wide to White. White finds Loza. He pets the ball to York. York having to play the ball back to Thanos. Back to York from White. White to York. York to Thanos. Thanos sprays it out wide to Goodger. Got a bit of space. Sends it long towards Edwards. Edwards gets ahead, but it's cleared away easily. It goes over. There's a chance here for the number 9. If he can, he's on their chance here for Hitchin. Hitchin are away here on the into the penalty area. Goes one way. Goes there. Might try a shot. Does near post. And there is Yesif collects it. So the Hitchin fans behind the goal there thinking number 2 was available. Loza gets the ball on the far side. Does a lovely turn, Loza. Squares the ball to Goodger. Goodger now with a bit of space going forward. Gets the ball to Wilson. Wilson back to Goodger. Goodger to Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans. 20 minutes into this second half. Up and under from Hitchin. It's a heavy ball here, and away goes Hutchinson. If he can keep it in, he won't be able to. Hasn't, and that goes out for a goal kick. Very frustrating for the Poppies. And another substitution. Looks like McClintock is coming on for York.
Yeah, McClintock.
And that'll be the final substitution for the Poppies.
Well, Wilkinson, not York.
Wilkinson, in fact. York went over there, didn't he? But it's Wilkinson who's been very ineffective once again. He goes off. On comes McClintock.
From a comfort. Spalding have equalised at Telford, but Spalding have equalised at Telford, but we are really clutching at straws because it's not about really what Telford are doing. It's about what the Poppies are doing, or in this case, this afternoon, not doing, as the ball goes forward long again by the Poppies, but breaks to the goal scorer for Hitchin. Santos, but out to Wilson. A good interception that from McClintock. First passage of play. Thanos looking for options, coming forward. Plays it out to Wilson, but Wilson can't keep it in. Poor ball, really, asking too much of Wilson. With too many of those passes this afternoon, Paul.
Yeah, I think you're right. But again, this pitch isn't helping, is it? I mean, I know we're on about it, but it's so hard and, uncontrollable on there, really. But they've got to deal with these conditions. Goodger gets the head in as Kelly Evans is fouled. And a quickly taken free kick to White on the far side. White out wide to York. And a poor ball from him. That's going to go for a corner, I think. That's a dreadful, dreadful outcome. Putting Kettering under pressure once again.
Yep, self-inflicted passing again. So must be the second or third corner we've granted them this afternoon. And sorry,
I thought York had gone off.
No, Wilkinson. Throw in taken, looking for Stoko, and that ricochets off Lewis White. We thought it was a corner earlier, but that definitely is a corner this time. Hitchin will not. Hitchin will be in no hurry at all to take this one. Poppies need a goal, but they got some more defending to do. And goes up in swinging corner out to the far post. Jones gets the ball across, but intercepted. And York looking to break, but he gives the ball away. And then breaks to Thanodge. Thanodge goes long, looking for Loza, but played calmly back to the goalkeeper, who launches it forward towards the halfway line. Finds Thanodge, who's fouled, and eventually the referee gives the free kick. Yeah, free kick to the Poppies just outside the centre circle.
The other thing is, Gary, that Hitchin looked the better side.
Yeah, well, they have in the second half. I'll agree with you on that point, Paul. I think the Poppies edged it, certainly in terms of possession and chances in the first half, but there wasn't much difference between the two. If you look at the table, you'd say that there should be a discerning mark, but second half, Hitchin have edged the Poppies, and more importantly than that, they've got themselves on the goal sheet, and the Poppies have not.
And they still can't contain the ball as Hitchin play the ball back to the keeper, Stacey. Stacey takes a couple of steps backwards as Loza tries to close him down, but it's dispatched well. Back to Johnson. Chested down. Deal sends it long. There's a chance here, and out comes Yezif. Bowls the ball out to White on the far side. White now with a bit of a chance to go forward, being chased by Deal. He does well under pressure. He does very well, then threads the ball. Then does everything right, Lewis White, then gives the ball away. And all that good work ruined as Gudger gets the ball to Kelly Evans. He chests the ball down. Evans now going forward. He's got Wilson out on his overlap. He comes inside, does Wilson. Kelly Evans tries to put the ball in. It's a decent ball, but nobody there for Kettering. Thanodge underneath it. Gets it out wide to Loza. Loza turns. Yamal Loza making his home debut on the far side. Loses the ball at the right one time and straight to the Hitchin number 11, Martins, who scored that vital goal for them at the moment. Thanodge back to Johnson. Johnson to Thanodge. Thanodge sends it out wide to Wilson. So supposedly offside. I find that hard to believe, but
well, he should have been offside because he's looking right along the line, Wilson, and that's inexcusable for a wide player.
Richard Lavery pacing up and down over there. He can't be happy with what he's seeing. He's not been happy since Doncaster, I don't think, really.
I think you're right, Paul. This is turning out to be an accumulation as Hitchin make a second substitution. Stoko is going to be leaving the pitch.
It's been a dreadful few months for the Poppies, really. And no matter what they seem to do, nothing goes right for them at the moment. And as I said earlier in the day, that games against these sides at the bottom of the division or near the bottom, Kettering always struggle against. They've lost to Barwell, they've lost to Redditch, they've drawn with Lowestoft. And they're not doing that well at the moment against Hitchin Town, who are almost relegated. This will do them the world of good, though, if they win this afternoon. It will no doubt will dent the Poppies. But for Hitchin's faithful, be a nice scalp as Johnson comes forward to Gudger. Gudger under pressure, can't do much with it. Gets it though to Wilson. Wilson, a little back flick, poor from him though. And it is out wide, but Wilson intercepts. Gets the ball back to Gudger. Gudger has to play the ball back to the keeper, yes, if he's out in the 6-yard box. Plays it out wide, switches it to White. White has got Martins in front of him. Still White going forward. Then he's fouled. Nothing given by the referee. And Hitchin come forward with Dixon Smith. Robbed by York. York turns. York under pressure, has to play the ball back to Yezif. Yezif takes a touch. He's under pressure also, does well. Little sidestep there, gets the ball to Johnson. Johnson out wide to Gudger. Gudger now going forward. Gudger looks up, sends it long to Edwards. Offside. And the ball goes out of play anyway, but offside. More poor work from Kettering Town.
Yeah,
And
too easy to get caught offside. And Edwards is the guilty man that time, but 29th minute. That's going to be a free kick for Hitchin as we move into the 29th minute. And Joseph is down again, holding his right shoulder. This is concerning for the Poppies. We've got enough concerns as it is, without worries about whether their goalkeeper could continue. Looks as though it's his right shoulder. Yeah, his right arm certainly that's being stretched and manoeuvred.
This isn't good news. I don't think it's dark arts this time. I think not with the way
not when we're losing.
Not when we're losing. And yes, if they're receiving treatment, no substitute goalkeeper in the side. As I said earlier, we have signed a goalkeeper on dual registration, Charlie Woods, who's at Coventry Sphinx. That's not ideal preparation. Everyone's gone over to the various dugouts, and if ever Richard Lavery needs to kick up the derriere, the Kettering Town side, this is it, into the 30th minute of this second half. And if you've just joined us, I'd turn off, because it's 0-1 to Hitchin.
Harbour have equalised at Bedford. And Redditch have equalised against Stratford.
Well, a few results there, draws, but means nothing if Kettering lose this game. And it looks likely at the moment. They've shown nothing in this second half that says to me that a goal is imminent. And the ball is out of play once again, almost reached Ed Palmer in the gantry. He's never had the ball yet. In all the years we've been commentating in gantries, once I've been told.
A throw
Once
goes
away.
forward.
Yeah, I'll ponder on that while he thinks 10 weeks.
Poppies. Clears it down the byline to Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans hoists it further down the byline. McClintock with the header. Notch challenging Deal, and that will go back to Dan Joseph. Holds the ball out to Lewis White. White plays it long, looking for York. But, well dealt with by the Hitchin defence. They've marshalled pretty well actually at the back this afternoon. And Wilson wins a throw-in on this near side for the Poppies.
So Wilson then with the throw-ins. The Kettering fans in the Pro-Saw stand trying to generate some atmosphere here in a game that's lacked everything, as Wilson really makes a hash of that. And that goes out for a throw-in as the wind takes it away from Connor Johnson. Worrying times for the Poppies management and faithful, as the defeat this afternoon will put a cat among the pigeons. Referee telling them to go back. Kettering been beaten twice here in the league this season. Once against St Ives, once against Bromsgrove Sports. And at the moment, not looking likely to do anything in this game as the ball spirals away from Wes York, but he does get there and does well, does Wes York. And then overcooks it, gets a second lucky rebound, puts the ball through to Loza. He can't get there, nor can York, and somehow Hitchin clear the ball. Looked like the look was going to go with Kettering on the rebounds, but it doesn't. It goes for a throw-in. Kettering fans behind the goal liven up. Throw-in on the far side. White with it, throws it straight to the number 11 of Hitchin. Thanos gets the ball back. The number 11 clears the ball again. No Kettering player anywhere near it as Yezif comes well out of his goal. He sends it up into the atmosphere. It's headed on by White. There's Loza. He can't win it. The number 11 heads it out of play. Throw into Kettering on the far side. Bit of momentum here as Loza is down there by the corner flag. Goes out of play. It comes off him though for a throw in on the far side by the corner flag. If you didn't hear the attendance, it's 1,127. And it's such a shame that the 1,020, I'll say the 7 fans from Hitchin are enjoying it, but the 1,100 from Kettering have seen another inept display from their side. One at the moment, still time to go, of course, obviously, but looking at a defeat and possible chance of winning this division out of the window as the ball is with Kelly Evans. Hopefully I can eat my words. The ball is out to Wilson. Wilson goes outside, then tries inside. Nobody with him. He plays the ball back to Gudger. Gudger puts the ball in. It's entering in high ball towards Edwards. Headed out, though. It's uncontrollable. Loza puts the ball in towards Edwards. Edwards can't get there. It's taken away. A chance here for Wilson. Wilson puts the ball in. It's a poor ball. And out comes keeper Stacey. He dives in the penalties. He dives in the 6-yard box, comes out and does well. I won't say a half chance, but certainly better from the Poppies.
Well, showed a bit of urgency, but 11 minutes to go. You'd expect that. Stacey's dealt with everything really that's covered his area, both first half and second half, and he clears long now, looking towards Hutchinson. Connor Johnson, though, gets the back header to Dan Jezef. And Jezef returns the ball to Connor Johnson. Goes forward, looking for Edwards, but good win header there by the number 5, who's down, holding his head, but the referee plays on. And the ball cleared now into touch, and there will be a hold up, and the trainer will be on to attend to Joshua Batier. 10 minutes to go. We said it was a must-win at the beginning of the game. The other teams at the moment around us are all drawing. I suppose 10 minutes to go. On that basis, a draw. You might take it if you're into bargaining with the devil.
Yeah, if anyone, Losa's the only player that's playing, he stood out. The rest are rubbish. York's done all right.
Batier is back on his feet. He's going to have to leave the pitch, though. Kettering will be having a throw in on the far side.
Well, his number 5's gone off at the moment. He'll come back on again in a minute. Stacey then with the no, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong end. It's Johnson feeds the ball in. The foul on Edwards missed by the referee. Thanos gets the ball to it. There is McClintock, Kelly Evans, Thanos going forward, plays it out wide to Wilson into Kelly Evans. Kelly Evans puts the ball in. It's chance here and hooked away, and York fires the ball over the goal. That was a definite chance, and on 37 minutes in the second half, that was the one for the equaliser, but he was under pressure and went over.
Yeah, he was under pressure. He was falling down at the same time, and he just scooped the ball from 7 yards, though, over the bar. Could that have been the chance to get the leveller? We've got another 8 minutes to go here this afternoon. Poppy's trailing by 1-0 to lowly Hitchin. been a disappointing performance, and at the moment it's a very, very disappointing result. Thanodge wins the header. Substitute does well for Hitchin though. Jones hoists it forward, and that should be offside, but the referee's not played on, and Deal's through one-on-one, and Deal has scored, and that is it. That's all she wrote. Good night.
Game, set and match. Kettering will not win this league. An absolute travesty there, and Hitchin take a deserved 2-0 lead. Hang your heads in shame, and that's it. You should play to the whistle and not wait for a flag that didn't go up, and the fans stream out here. They've seen enough, and you can't blame them. And Kettering Town have thrown this one away. Unbelievable.
Well, we're looking for the flag that didn't come.
Yeah, play to the whistle is the cry up here, and they don't do it. They stand and watch. Game management, nil. Playing a team on the second from bottom. They've had 2 chances and scored both goals. Disgraceful.
Well, Hitchin on the attack again. Deal on that far side now, running up the Poppy's penalty box. Takes a shot. It's deflected off Kelly Evans. That will go for a corner to the visitors. And it's now a good time to talk about Kettering Town's playoff record, Paul.
I'd rather not. It's absolutely abysmal. Haven't won a game in the playoffs. And that's where they're heading if they in fact get there.
I was going to say if we can
on this performance,
to that.
On this performance, Gary, I can't see us getting in the playoffs. And with this squad and the money that's been pumped into it, it is well, words fail me. Words fail me.
It all looked so good in January. Everybody was on a high. Everybody's playing well. Cup run, of course.
What has gone wrong?
Well, yeah, good question. What has gone wrong?
We're going to have the pitch is at fault. The conditions are at fault. The big thing is the team is at fault.
Yeah, too many players have lost form. That's certainly true.
2 shots in a game, every game, isn't enough to win a game of football. The ball is out with Loza on the far side. And he'll wish you to say that Leaston, the way this is going, the ball is out of play. There's some serious thinking got to be done here with what's been going on. It's really is a poor show. And there's fans streaming out. That'll be the last 4-figure game we'll see this season. And Richard Lavery is over there. He must be distraught at what he's seeing. Everything. Was it Napoleon at Waterloo, wasn't it? Once said, I think it was, that just when everything was going absolutely right, everything went absolutely wrong. And from Doncaster onwards, I think you can put that quote into the media. Because
well, it's certainly got all gone wrong since Doncaster time, and also in Napoleon. You need lucky generals. Well, I don't know about lucky generals, but there's not really enough generals for my liking on the pitch in terms of leadership.
There's no shouting. There's no desire. Everything they had in the early part of the season has gone. It's like egos have taken over and they're just not performing. The only player that has come out any credit in this to me is Loza. And it is going to be a throw-in to the Poppies with time running out. We're into the 42nd minute. There will be a couple of minutes, I would think, of time added on. But so far in the second half, they haven't produced anything on target. The ball is flicked on and away to Kelly Evans. Hooks the ball back in towards Gudger. Back to Stacey, the keeper. He goes down. And as I say, words fail me. From, the ball has gone out of play from a kick. Hitchin won here 4-0 last season. They're going to win here at least 2-0 this season. And Kettering beat them 3-0 at Topfield. What a difference that was. As the ball is played by Kelly Evans towards York, he finds Loza. Loza, though, is done well. Loza comes in. Can he get a shot in? Puts the ball in. Penalty. It is a penalty. And 88th minute here. Kettering at a penalty. Who's got the ball? It's
Johnny
Edwards.
Johnny Edwards has got it. Loza won it. The only danger man for the Poppies this afternoon. Loza.
Well, Edwards scored his last goal from the penalty spots, but he did miss one with an awful stutter the game before. Well won by Loza, but Edwards then a chance to give the Poppies a fighting chance if he scores. Edwards against Stacey. Edwards then for his 12th goal of the season if he scores. Whistle goes. Edwards steps up, takes his little stutter, in it comes in. Edwards fires in. 2-1. Edwards makes it. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. 89 minutes. Is it too late? We will see. But a chance there. All that made by Loza. Penalty by Edwards. And the board hasn't gone up yet, so we don't know how much time there is. We're waiting on that.
Well, it might be too little too late, to be honest, but I suppose it keeps it interesting for the last minute of normal time plus stoppage time till to play. And Hitchin take the ball straight into the corner flag area, and they've won I don't know whether it's a corner or a throw-in. It is a corner, which they're obviously going to take a short corner routine.
Looks like there's going to be 5 minutes of time added on.
Yeah.
Time for 2 more goals then for the Poppies. But again, we're having Hitchin will waste as much time as being booked for time wasting the number 18. So it is a corner. Still hasn't been taken. The referee's whistle goes. There they are, right in the corner flag. Goes out of play. Goal kick. So 5 minutes to, I'd say, save the season from being a catastrophe. As York tries to find White, gets the ball. It's cleared away desperately. There is York. Can he get there? He can't. It's cleared by Linton. He puts the ball out of play. Throwing on the far side. Referee takes a cursory glance at his sundial. It's back with Andy Thanodge has been voted man of the match as the ball has been hooked out of play. And it's going to be a throw-in down by the... In fact, it's a corner, sorry, not a throw-in. Apologise for that. It's a corner. And fans now livening up here as all sorts of aggro going on in the 6-yard box. Referee going over to have a word with Edwards. Can't be any worse than last week against Stamford when everybody but the referee saw the fouling on Yezif. So Wilson then with the corner. Corner comes in towards that back post. Awful corner headed away. Johnson gets it into York. York back to Wilson. Wilson puts the ball in here. Headed in. Here's Loza, puts it in there. He flams it wide. Does Loza? He can't believe it. Hands in his head. That was a definite chance. And a bit of time wasting now will go on as Stacey puts the ball down. But Pacey then, Stacey, sorry, not Pacey, Stacey with the goal kick. Still a few moments of time added on, 3 minutes, I would say, to go. Of time added on. If Kettering get the ball in there, Johnson gets the ball towards Edwards. Edwards flicks it. Loza can't get there. It's cleared anywhere by the number 2 towards Thanodge. He's fouled, nothing given. And there is Kelly Evans. He hooks the board forward towards Edwards. Edwards and Wilson. Wilson's trying to win the ball. He can't. It's cleared, but only towards McClintock. McClintock back to White. He tries to find Loza. Loza being manhandled up and under by the number 12. Goes high into the sky. There's Kelly Evans losing the ball. The chance here now for Hitchin to break away. But out comes Yezif. Referee looks at his watch again. Still a minute or so to go. In Yezif, it's flicked on, but no Kettering player there. Hooked away. Yezif again is out of his goal mouth. He needs to get the ball back as he can. It's onto his knee. Yezif looks up, sends it long towards Johnson. Johnson can't win that. Thanodge has to play the ball. He does, but it goes anywhere. Cleared away by Hitchin. There's a chance here for the number 9, Hutchinson. Hutchinson, there's 2 in the middle there for Hitchin, but he'll go down by the corner. Have to waste time, which is the thing these days. And it goes out of play, and it's a Kettering throw-in.
Into the last minute probably now, Paul. And despite the late little bit of drama with the penalty goal, and Hitchin are going to make a sub just to eke out a few more seconds as well, but it doesn't look as though they're going to get anything out of a game, which, as we said at the beginning, if we wanted to win the league, it was a must-win. And it's not going to be a must-win. We can certainly say that now. And it's probably not going to be a draw either.
Well, it's a disappointing afternoon indeed.
Very, very disappointing.
Hitchin make their final substitution as Edwards gets the ball back, but it's back in the Kettering half. Gudger gets the ball back to Yezif. He's being challenged here, has to get the ball away as he is being challenged by Hutchinson. And away comes McNeil. And a chance here now for Hitchin putting the ball in. They're going to go down to the corner flag. They could go. McClintock trying to win the ball back. Johnson does get the ball back. Back to McClintock. He sends it wide, but he can't get anywhere with it. It's over the head. McClintock gets the ball in towards York. He can't control it. Gets the second ball in. A chance here for the 18. Gudger wins it. It's sent long here, but a poor ball and a slice. And that's going to go out of play for a Kettering Town throw-in. Last chance saloon throw-in been taken. A poor one by White. A slice by Hitchin. Desperate measures here as York. Fat lady is out. The cigar's almost lit as York goes down. He's got nobody with him. Another ball comes back on the pitch. It's with Wilson. Referee looks at his watch. It's back to Gudger. Gudger puts the ball in. It's decent. Headed away, though. There is Edwards. He can't get there. Chance here. Goal! White gets the ball in. 2-2. Absolutely unbelievable. Once again, we're in no man's land here in injury time. Lewis White blams it in.
Well. We said about late drama with the first goal. It doesn't beat that late drama, though. Lewis White crashes the ball into the bottom of the net and has rescued a point for the Poppies in the 6th minute of extra time. Well, if the other teams have all drawn and this turns out to be a draw, it's as you were going into the last 4 games, but my word, late drama here at Latimer Park.
Unbelievable. 3 Saturdays in a row where goals have come in the 96th, 97th, and there goes the whistle, the virtual last kick of the game, and the Poppies scramble a 2-2 draw that might give them a chance at least of staying in this race. Unbelievable scenes here at Latimer Park once again as Kettering come from 2 goals down to draw 2-2. Amazing scenes, Gary.
Amazing scenes, and I suppose we criticised the Poppies' performance today. It's not been a good performance against a Hitchin side who are desperate to stay in the league. But you have to give them a little bit of credit for the spirit at the end there. Never say die. Taking the game to Hitchin in the last 5 or 10 minutes of the game, and to a certain extent they've got some reward out of the game with an unlikely 2-2 draw in the end. And we move on to Bishop Stortford next Saturday, away game. It'll feel as though we've snatched something from the jaws of defeat here this afternoon. Kettering Town 2, Hitchin Town 2.